See the thing that can separate me also from not only am I doing like the virtual stuff and providing like those workout plans, but I'm experiencing like not only wrestling but running, lifting, the Olympic lifts. So I'm making videos of everything now. Pilates. Like I have done Pilates for like the last 20 years. So I started like taking surveys and asking people, do you want to see this stuff? And people are like, yeah. So.
Wow.
And the thing is, I've been providing this stuff as like a consultant at like wrestling schools that I belong to. And now I'm all on my own, so which is even better.
Yeah, you could literally have, like, some of the richest guys on earth right now are guys that started virtual online education websites. Like, if you look up Michael Saylor, Michael Saylor is the guy that is the CEO of MicroStrategy, the company that converted all their money to Bitcoin. He got rich through online education.
Wow.
Now he's worth like $800 billion or something.
Wow.
No, 800. No, 8. That's a billion. Well, he's a billionaire. He's worth $8 billion or something. No. It's 8 something. Anyway, he's worth a lot, and he made that much money through putting up online education. So, yeah, just plan on being a mega multi-billionaire and just teach people online.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I love doing those.
So, is there someone, like, are you in a high rise where there's someone underneath you, or?
No, this is my basement.
Okay.
I live in a 3-story townhouse.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's funny.
Whew. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start without the dummy and just go through the basic penetration step from here. Step, hit your front knee, push it off your back foot, hit, and then you're tall, and then come up. So and you notice like my back foot comes off when I hit my front knee. So step, push off. You see how my foot sort of comes up? Step. So I don't drag it. Like I don't want to like drag it.
Okay.
I want to step and be light because if you drag it, it's going to take you longer to turn.
Got it.
Whereas if you just if you kind of push, and you could put your hand down, push, and pivot that leg. So we'll do some of these.
You're stepping.
Yeah. Yep. Now pivot up. As soon as you step up with your outside leg, you want to, just like you're like peeing on a fire hydrant, yep.
Okay.
Step, hit your knee. I would like hit my front knee, step, hit my front knee, and pivot. As soon as my back foot lands, my knee comes up.
Got it. Wow. Okay.
Oh, nice. That looked really good. See, the movements are becoming more natural for you, so we created a good foundation. Nice.
Yeah.
Because when you first start, it's like really awkward to do this stuff.
Yeah, it really was, because you never walk on your knees.
Yeah, you don't walk.
After you're 2 years old, that
But now it looks like you've been wrestling for a while.
Oh, good.
So
That's good to know.
it's a good thing, because this takes people. I feel like this takes people the longest to learn. But most times it's never corrected to the point where it's the right way to do it. Yep. Yes. A little bigger step. Oh yeah, there you go. Because the more space you can cover with that first step, the closer you're gonna be to your opponent.
Got it. Well, that brings your quads a lot. Sheesh. Didn't even notice. Wow. Wow.
Feeling it?
Pick up some momentum with that.
Yeah, that's the idea. You gain some momentum and propulsion. The big thing is like your back leg pushing you and steering you, and then your back leg sort of becomes your steering wheel. It tells you where you're gonna go. Yep. And the more you can put your back leg in front of you, like right here, when I step, the more I can try and put my back foot here, I'm gonna be able to turn that way more. So step, and you see how my toe, it's not the side of my foot like this.
Okay.
And that's what, if my foot's like this, it's gonna be harder to like push. So my toe, it's toe up, heel up, drive, and then I'm gonna try and put this beat right in front of me and then pivot.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Good speed on it too.
Wow.
See, now you're like, it's almost like you're snapping yourself up, right?
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, I can see it.
My muscles need to be stronger to be able to support that kind of impact.
Boom. Nice.
Interesting. Wow, this is fun.
Looks good, looks good. So much different. And because eventually the more you do this, the more it will feel like an ordinary thing, like you're walking, you know. And it takes a lot of reps to create the muscle memory.
Yeah.
But honestly, it doesn't take that many. Like once you've got it, you've got it. And then you're always refining it. All right, now we'll
Back foot. I got to remember the back foot. Yeah. Nice. Wow, that does make a huge difference.
the back leg, yeah.
Huge difference.
Yes. Yup.
Okay. But I actually need to kind of propel off my back foot.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want it to propel you directly up.
That's a huge difference.
And how it applies to a person or a dummy, remember we're trying to, if I do the whole sequence on this, remember we're trying to run across their legs that way. Alright, so when we're square, I step, I lower my level, I push up the back leg here, and you see how I pivoted myself?
Yeah.
And now I can start running. So again,
Wow. Okay.
what happens is you just become like the, I don't know what you would even call it. I'd say you become like a truck.
Yeah.
Because once you're underneath, and that's the thing again, it's hard to teach somebody how to go underneath somebody and not feel afraid of like carrying their weight.
Right.
But when you have all those little pieces, you know, your shoulders, your initial step, your back leg trailing behind you so you can get the angle, then you almost avoid like all those fearful hard positions, you know. So let's why don't you grab the dummy and we'll do a few of these. You got 90 pounds, so I feel like once that thing gets going, it's just gonna fall. It's gonna come crashing down really hard.
Yeah.
So start square up with it. Is that standing on its own?
Kinda. It can, possibly.
Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's sturdy. It's really, really sturdy.
That's amazing. Mine definitely can't do that. I mean, mine will do it like momentarily, but it's gonna fall. See, and that's good for you because it's easier sort of to do these, not easier, but it's easier to learn to do the technique when it's just standing there and you don't have to hold it. But I have to sort of hold it, let it go, and then hit it.
Let me see if I can. This is too hard. Okay. Yeah, if I had one of those foam roller things, those foam cylinders, I'd just use it as an extra brace or something. I should probably get one. You know, Korea has no sporting goods stores.
Where in US?
In Korea, there's no sporting goods stores.
Oh, in Korea, really?
Yeah, zero.
Yeah, because I was looking for a pair of wrestling shoes in Korea, and then there was like I wanted to get those Fila, the old Fila wrestling shoes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find them because what you're saying. There's no sporting goods stores.
Yeah, there's not. There's not. It's kind of weird. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, yeah. Use this as a little bit of a, distance thing. Okay, that should be good enough.
They make Suples, the company that makes the dummy. They make a harness so you can hang it on the ceiling.
Wow.
I haven't tried it yet, but it could be good. The only thing that I see that you just can't hit it to the ground. It's just gonna keep hanging in the air.
Right.
So that part is not as realistic as hitting it hard and driving it to the ground. You know.
You know what would be cool is if it was just hanging by a little bit of Velcro, so that you could actually
Oh,
take it
yeah. That's a good point.
out.
That's a good point. Maybe I should bring that up to
If you hang it
them.
with a magnet, the magnet's gonna come hit you.
Maybe I should bring that up to them. But I'm thinking about designing my own more technical one.
Oh, you should totally do it.
Because that one is good to like rep it out. You can hit it hard, but there's nothing on the market where, and I've already been playing around with it. I think I told you is like designing it with this foam thing. Because now the leg moves, like, because you get in these positions where you have to bend the leg on a person,
Right.
but on this you can't do it. So I've been thinking about.
You should totally do it. You should as long as your feng shui, your zodiac feng shui says that you're good with physical designing stuff. Because if you're not, then it's just gonna be a waste of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a funny thing to say, but there's a feng shui master just about everywhere. You can consult them and see if that's right for you. It'll save you a whole lot of time.
Oh, I'm sure. It may not be for me then. I've already spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. Now you want your right arm to be on the left leg. Yeah. Yep.
Like this?
Yep. Now your head's gonna be on the other side though.
Like this?
Yeah, so now the crook of your neck can drive. Now you could potentially have your head on the inside like that. But if it is, then you're not gonna reach across. So you could potentially, so this is your single leg. You could potentially have your head here, but look where my hips are. They're not here.
Got it.
So my inside arm is going here, like this. This one, remember, I could do the back arm. Like I could attack this leg with my back one if you have the right shoulder pressure. And this knee's down, but if this knee's down, there's no way I can reach back there, right? So as soon as I do this, boom.
Wow. Okay. I said that my head is on the other side so I can reach.
Yep.
So my head is.
So same movement, step right, back leg comes up. Yes.
Like this.
Yeah, now with your shoulder and your neck, you can start driving across.
I see. Okay. Woo. Okay. So go that way.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I'd start a little bit closer, but you want to start about arm's length from the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right about there.
Okay, so if I'm here, what about here?
And that's what makes it hard initially to learn to go underneath somebody, because you're like, how can you do it when you're so close?
Got it.
But part of it is the first step. That first step will get you underneath. The further you can step with your right leg, the more you close the gap.
I see. So I'm going
Yep.
right in.
Boom. Oh, yeah. That's it.
This is the drive.
Yep.
Okay. I think I got it.
I think that the hardest part about the whole thing is picking it back up.
Picking it back up?
Yeah, I mean, because it's you got to pick it up, get in position, and
Okay. Let me try that again. So I'm here. Arms like away from the head.
yep.
And then I'm driving.
And then drive with the crook of your shoulder. And obviously, you're gonna try and pull the legs. Once you get to here, and I'm gonna try and pull this leg underneath. Remember when I did this last week?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like cut the bottom one, the left leg under, and lift the other one so it's like this. Here.
Yeah.
That's the ideal position how it will finish. But I always like teaching that like flip through because I feel like once athletes get that flip, it just flows a little more naturally.
Okay.
And that's a big boy. That's almost 100 pounds. Oh yeah, good.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely high impact. Okay.
Yup.
Just went up and got it. That was slow.
Oh, nice. That looked good. That looked good.
Oh.
Because it's all continuous now. It's all one. It's sort of you've made it into one motion now. Instead of breaking it down step by step.
Okay. I'm not good enough at lifting, but I totally see what you mean. Okay.
Now for transitioning in jiu-jitsu, like there's a million things that you could do, like to try and get. And also at that point, I'm sure somebody in grappling or jiu-jitsu is gonna want to probably when they know they're falling to the ground is probably pull guard anyways.
Sure, right.
But I'm sure there's a transition in there for you to try and get a half mount or.
Right. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's definitely realistic because of the weight.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost more realistic than a person because the person's gonna fall. The person's already trying to catch themselves from falling with the least amount of impact. And I mean, I see it all. Even the best wrestlers do it when they're drilling with their partners. Like they don't want to get speared in the ground. And so it's hard. Number one, it's hard to honestly learn how to hit somebody high impact in a training session if you're not trying to hurt your partner. Well, you are in some ways, but you're not trying to debilitate them, you know?
Right.
But that's the mentality in an actual competition. You want to hit them as hard as you can. But with these, you can do it. That's what I love about these dummies. Like they'll just keep getting up, and they don't care.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Being strong, this is lifting this thing back up.
Exactly. Exactly. Give a couple more here, then we'll change it up. Oh, nice. Now in wrestling, I teach a transition to once you get closer to the ground. I teach a transition. I turn maybe this way. I teach a transition. So once I know they're gonna fall to the ground this way, I take my left hand and push their leg, the same leg, and push that leg away. So now I can probably hook the bottom leg like this. Can you see that?
Now let me get closer. Right, hang on.
This is called a bottom leg turf in wrestling. But once I know they're about to fall down, I'll take my left hand and push their right leg out so I can hook with my left leg.
Aha.
So I'm like hooking their leg.
Got it.
So in grappling, in wrestling, at this point, they're gonna try and roll to their belly. But in grappling, you'd be in a good position because what is this, half?
Yeah, guard,
mount,
right.
half mount or?
Yeah, half guard.
Half guard. See, it's a good transition that you could get used to. Now, is it always gonna be there? Especially in wrestling, it's not always gonna be there, but it's an opportunity. Because if you can get that in wrestling, it's huge because then you're scoring more points.
Right.
And in grappling, now you know exactly where you're taking the fight.
Wow. Okay. That's precise. Wow. A lot of precision there, Jay.
But yeah, I mean, with the dummy's harder because it doesn't cooperate. At least with a person, they know what you're doing. When you're learning, there's more cooperation with the actual person.
Okay. At least the dummy's comfortable.
Nice. You're hurting?
Yeah, it's just about 20 years of daily alcohol drinking is terrible about my kidneys and my liver. So any kind of impact. Yeah, I used to be able to spar with boxers and have them punch me in the ribs and in the stomach.
Oh man. Not anymore.
Yeah.
You
No,
can
I don't have that.
you can get back there.
Thank you.
It just takes some conditioning. Why don't what time we got? Why don't we? I think it's. Why don't you get a drink and then we'll change it up a little bit.
Okay. then they're prone to what's it called? Inflammation. Because fat ends up being an irritant to the organs, and so I've got all this fat in my liver. So any sudden movement in my liver,
Oh
and
man.
and it feels irritated. So I'm working on reducing my fat count, getting all that irritation out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a cleansing.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently for the liver to clear out, it takes a while though, because the liver doesn't get a ton of blood circulation.
Right, right. Yeah, I hear people do the those liquid diets to help that.
Yeah, that should probably help actually. With some
Like really rooted stuff. Like you're talking about like vinegar and lemon juice and like but that stuff's just garlic, like that stuff's supposed to like really cleanse you out.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Let's finish up with actually we'll do that transition. So then you can get a little more creative with the finish. But you can start already on your knee right here.
Yeah.
And then remember, as I feel like I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna push that leg out. I'm gonna push that one out and then try and hook the bottom leg, the left leg, with my left leg. So it's almost like I'm doing this. And so now I've acquired the half mount or half guard. And so for you, you'll have way more ideas of where to go next from there.
Okay.
But it's a good transition. You can start already in the position,
Okay.
or you can start on your knee.
Yeah.
Yep. And as it's falling, take your left hand and push, like literally extend your hand and push that leg out.
Okay, so push it.
Yeah, push it towards the wall, and then you yeah, there you go. And now you're trying to hook it with your left leg.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, wow, that's like super micro tiny.
It is it's a detail many people don't do.
Okay.
But it puts you in a good position
Okay.
to transition to your next move.
Right. Right.
Now
You start climbing.
and I think most people learn it very, very less technical. They're taught more. They're taught more to once you get here, you run and then you just step through. Which does work, especially if you lift them off the ground.
Yeah.
But chances are a good grappler is not going to come off the ground for you.
Right.
So and I do like that one. I do like run down hard and hook the leg and step through as they're going down. But again, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be there. The more realistic one, push the leg out, drive, and hook. And that it definitely does get a little bit more technical in there.
Wow. Okay. Whew. In here.
Nice.
And then, woo.
yeah. That looked really good, and we call that the entry. The entry underneath, getting your shoulders square and then turning the corner like that. That's not easy to do. When
Yeah, no.
it's not.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But you got it. I mean, that's impressive.
Okay, so I'm gonna go slow.
Yeah, go slow. You don't have to go super fast.
Push.
Nice.
Yeah. Good. Then I can do a real simple knee cut. Can you go for the top now? Okay.
You
Go for you.
so you wouldn't even go for that half guard. You would try and jump.
Well, I mean,
You would try and jump right on.
well, I think that's actually necessary, at least so that he can't